Why the hell they get you started? Got me started. Why did they get me pissed off? Now I'm about to go NFL and kick this off. You really thought that I was this off? To let anyone in my domain, they need to be taught a serious lesson. Unless you strong as Zeus, there just ain't no use to go up against a madman. You can't win, G. I put you on ice like Richard Kuklinski, so stay away from shadows. When it gets dark, you make one bad move, they won't find your corpse, and the feds won't know where I dropped you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Major Level Entertainment. I am your host and owner of the channel, it's your boy Big Major. Please hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button right the hell nah as you're coming in if you're new to this channel. This is my second show of the new year, 2026. Happy to be here, y'all. I'm hoping y'all having an excellent new year thus far. It is January the 4th. It is 4:44 p.m. in Los Angeles, California right now. 4:44 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. And I'm excited to be here to you know what I'm saying, do a little show and give a little take on this trade scenario that I have up here. So right now it is 4:44 p.m. And 444 is an angelic number. 444 basically means stability, harmony, and balance. So I'm hoping that we play a balanced basketball game. I'm hoping that we play, a harmony-filled basketball game, and we put up some stable numbers tonight. So 444, I'm starting the show at should hold some type of significance tonight. I'm hoping that angel number works for the Lakers tonight. All right. So tonight we're gonna discuss a Dillon Brooks trade to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's going to happen, but it is something to talk about. And I'm going to make the show real quick because we do have a game tonight and everybody's going to be over on Lil Bro's channel, Lakers in 5. But before I go ahead and start the show, let me go ahead and give a shout out to those who have showed up already. Right now, I got 7 viewers. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching. You know what I'm talking about? H. Davis, my goddamn nephew, says, what it do, like, share, subscribe to the channel right the hell nah. And then head over to Lakers in 5. Also, Laker Girl 36. That's what you need to do when you need to do it. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead and do that right now, then come back over chump. You know what I'm talking about? And shout out to my damn nephew. Micah Alexander, welcome back. Ain't seen you in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Great to have you in here. Happy New Year, brother. You know what I'm talking about? He said, Big Major, what up? This would be an interesting trade. Man, that's why I have to put it out there, man. I would love to have Dillon Brooks over here. He's the kind of guy, you've heard this often. He's the kind of guy you don't want to play against. You hate him, but then you'll love him when he's on the team. You know what I'm talking about? And he's going to give us that edge, that villain edge that we need. So I'm hoping that somehow, some way we can get this done, man. And I'm going to present a couple scenarios by which we can get it done. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Micah. You know what I'm talking about? Trey All Day. He said, salute, Big Major. West Stub. And shout out to Trey All Day. Thank you for showing up to the channel, man. Appreciate you showing up. You know what I'm talking about? And Goat James, a.k.a. a Cuzzle, a.k.a. Chris, a.k.a. Let Me Cook This Nigga Right Quick. The barbecue brisket baron of the Bayou, Mr. Fuck Around and Find Out himself, my goddamn cousin on my mama's side of the family. He says, salute, Big Cuzzle. A shout out to Chris for always showing up to the goddamn channel and showing some love. I know with Chris coming here, I know I'm safe. I know y'all can't just come in here just fucking around, you know what I'm talking about? Because Chris will stop you at the front door at Major Level Entertainment. You know what I'm talking about? The hitter, the heavy hitter from Louisiana. You know what I'm talking about? A shout out to Cuzzle for showing up. Purple and Gold, salute Major, and everyone in the chat, salute Purple and Gold. Thank you for showing up to the channel, showing some love. You know what I'm saying? Always coming in. It's always a pleasure to have you in here. You know what I'm talking about? And my guy, your guy. My damn nephew and the other sniper of the channel, Lewis. You know what I'm talking about? Lakers for Life 50. Please go subscribe to Lewis's channel right now. Lakers for Life at 50. That's my damn nephew and Lewis. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to get some Randy's Donuts tonight after this. You know what I'm talking about? He says, what's good, Big Unk? Get those likes up and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Tell a friend, a family member about the channel. You know what I'm talking about? And share the damn channel. Here we go. You got to believe. You know what I'm talking about? God damn. You know what I'm talking about? If Lewis said it, it must be true. You know what I'm talking about? And Go James said, did you see the IG post I sent? MPJ beats his old team. Pretty decent stat line. Yes, I seen it. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to interrupt the show. with that. But another guy we would want. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm glad DJ talked about it the other night. I didn't get the chance to get up there. I was asleep that day. But DJ talked about MPJ the other night. And yeah, definitely is a guy we have on our radar. If we can get him, that'd be cool too. Um, yeah, so definitely. You know what I'm saying? That's extra scoring right there. And if we can get Dylan Brooks, if we can get him and Dylan Brooks, hey man, I'll be happy with that. You know what I'm talking about? Definitely championship contenders for certain after that. You know what I'm talking about? And Go James says salute Purple and Gold. Purple and Gold says salute Go James, aka Chris, aka let me cook this brother right quick. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get off into it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Without any further delay, I don't want to hold up anybody. Show is probably gonna be 15, 20 minutes long, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to present scenarios, right? 3 scenarios. And I want y'all to tell me which scenario would you like the best. I have 3 scenarios. So in the chat, after I give the scenarios, you're going to give which one you like the best. You're going to give 1, 2, or 3 as an option. Okay. So my first scenario, my first trade scenario. Now, you don't have to agree with it. It's just this is just what I'm putting forth for content. My first trade scenario is we get Dylan Brooks, right? But get this, we have to give up Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent and a 2031 first round pick. So in order for us to get Dylan Brooks, you don't have to put your answer in now because I want to go through all the scenarios. In order for us to get Dylan Brooks, we will have to give up Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent for a 2031 first round pick. Now check this out. This is probably the most believable Brooks trade for us to swing because it matches everything that the Lakers would need. You know what I'm saying? We need a perimeter stopper with a bite. I'm talking about not just another person that's I'm gonna play defense and that's it, or I'm gonna be, you know, I might give you some points, I might not give you no points at all. You know what I'm talking about? We need a definite defensive stopper with a bite. You know what I'm saying? He definitely gives us that. He would cover us missing Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent. Here's why. Because both of those guys play. Gabe Vincent play a little bit of defense, and he can score a little bit. Jared Vanderbilt plays a whole lot of defense, and he scores less than a little bit. And then y'all know I don't give a fuck about first round picks. I don't care about any kind of pick or whatever the case may be. Only thing is we lose a pick, you know what I'm saying? It kind of downs our chances a little bit of maybe possibly going for Giannis. But I can't think about that right now. You know what I'm talking about? So we get Dylan Brooks. He's going to give us scoring, defense, and he's going to give us a villain out there, an extra dog. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm definitely cool with that trade. No problem. I'm not gonna pick between 1 and 3 scenarios, but I'm gonna give my assessment after each scenario that I give. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that either way it go. If we can swing that, and we could throw Jared Vanderbilt out there as a sacrificial lamb and submit Gabe Vincent and then sacrifice a first round pick of 2031. That's 4 years from now, 5 years from now. Hey, I'm good with that. If we're in a win now scenario right now, you know what I'm talking about. Jared Vanderbilt is a chaos. He's a chaos forward. You know what I'm saying. But his current production is basically a role player. You know what I'm saying. He's a role player. You know, 5 points per game, 5 rebounds per night. We can live without that. We can live without that. You know what I mean? If the return is actually a wing that matches up, you know, that creates good matchups in a playoff scenario. You know what I'm talking about? We need more hustle rebounds. That's basically what we need. We need more hustle rebounds. We need to guard that perimeter. It's the teams that torture from deep with the opponents hitting over 38% from the 3-point line is what really get us. You know what I'm saying? Dylan Brooks would definitely attack that problem because he's a guy that will pick up full speed, fight through the screens, and he'll make scorers work for every breath. Absolutely, we'd absolutely want to give that up. So that's what we would get back if we're giving up Jared. If we're giving up Gabe, or when we're giving up Gabe, you know what I'm saying, salary wise, you know what I'm saying, that's a sweetener. But also it's an honest basketball fit. You know what I'm saying, for the Suns, too. You know what I'm saying? He's only 4.7 points a game. He's shooting 35% from the field this season, and he's been out a lot. So we ain't really moving a cornerstone like that. And if they'll pick him up, just to have an extra guard over there, then it's a low risk, high reward for us. And for them, it's a low risk. You know what I'm saying? It's only 11 million. You know what I'm talking about? The good part about all this is Dylan Brooks is only 21 million. So that's good. So he's not a very expensive guy at all. I would like to strike while the iron's hot before he catch fire, become an all-star, and then he started asking for more money. Right now, I don't think he really care about that. He just care about punishing motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? And we need a punisher over here. It's time to stop being nice now. We definitely need a punisher over here, and he could definitely do that. Could you imagine him, Marcus Smart, Laravia, those guys on defense just hounding the fuck out of you? Man, you know what I'm talking about? And stop sleeping on Laravia's defense, because even Marcus Smart said people, they underestimate how good this guy is defensively. So if Marcus Smart said that about you, you know you own to something. So the only risk that we will be taking, Brooks, like I said, Brooks is around 21.1 million this season, while Vanderbilt and Gabe combined roughly around in the same neighborhood. And the Lakers aren't doing anything exotic here. No, they're not. Just the only thing is really giving up a first round pick. We're not really risking anything else. But the first round pick is from 5 years from now. You know what I'm talking about? Who gives a shit? We're trying to win right now with the goddamn Lakers. The real risk that we taking is we're attaching ourselves to a guy who comes with a personality. That's what the fuck we need. We need motherfuckers with personality over here. Brooks go get in your head. He's going to get in the head of the best guy on the team. That's what the fuck he does. No, your name be damned. You know what I'm talking about? We need that. That's what we need. We've been playing it safe. We've been too polite. This says, I don't want to be polite no more. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. I'm bringing in the goddamn villain. We need a villain over here in Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm talking about? But if you're watching this team, our team, give up clean threes all season, you could talk yourself into it real quick. Hey, man, we do need this dude. Fuck. You know what I'm talking about? We're done being polite. So that's trade scenario number one. Let me go back over so y'all remember. Trade scenario number one, Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt and the 2031 pick for Dylan Brooks. That's trade scenario number one. If you need me to remind you, put it down in the chat. Okay, let me go quickly to trade scenario number two. Trade scenario number two, I got we getting Dylan Brooks and Nick Richards for Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Knecht, a 2032 first round pick and a 2032 second round pick. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably doing that more than the first one. Here's why I'm doing it more than the first one. What have we been saying? We need an athletic wing, a 3-and-D guy. Dylan Brooks is a 3-and-D guy. He's pretty athletic, but he's a 3-and-D guy, quintessential 3-and-D guy. He averages 21 points a game. And he could shoot that three. He could defend the ball. So he's essentially that Rui/Vando type of guy that we need. Remember how I'm always saying we need a Rui/Vando hybrid who can start right away. Dylan Brooks will be the perfect guy because he can start right away. Now, notice, I didn't say Rui in that scenario. I didn't say Vanderbilt in that scenario. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Could you imagine getting Dylan Brooks? We still got Rui. We still got Vanderbilt. But Dylan Brooks is now starting R3 now. He is the starting 3-and-D guy. Remember, I was telling you, we need a starting 3-and-D caliber guy, a starting caliber 3-and-D guy. He would definitely fill the slot that Rui and Vando feels now if they go to the bench and he comes up and we don't have to put any of those guys in the trade package. And then Nick Richards, he fills that slot at a backup center. I think Nick Richards, maybe not this year because due to minutes or whatever the case may be, but he's probably he's definitely a better defensive center than Jackson Hayes. And he's a better defensive center than Aiden, if you ask me, because he is a shot blocking center. You give him the proper amount of minutes, give him Jackson Hayes minutes, let Jackson Hayes kind of be like the third string center. Nick Richards can't score too. Like, he's not no slouch. This year he's only averaging like 3 points a game, but that, like I say, his minutes are low. But I definitely would take a shot blocking center like Nick Richards alongside Dylan Brooks. Okay. Now, this is not that much of an aggressive, this is an aggressive trade, but it's not throwing the pick aggressive because, like I say, those picks of the 2032 first rounder and the 2032 second round pick are 6 years away. Like, if you're trying to win right now, I'm talking about right now, that's aggressive. We're trying to win right the fuck now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck picks later on down the line to see who might be great. A great player that pick up in the first round in 2032. That's 6 years from now. I don't care about that. We ain't got that kind of time. If we are serious about upgrading our defense without pretending that they don't also want functional size behind DeAndre Ayton, then Richards will be a sneaky pickup. I'm telling you, he would be a sneaky pickup. We almost got him before, or we was looking into getting him before alongside Mark Williams guy. You know what I'm talking about? But he's definitely would be a sneaky pickup. He ain't putting up a lot of loud numbers. Like I said, he's only averaging 4 rebounds a game. He's averaging 3 points a game. But his minutes are down, of course. You know what I'm talking about? But he has a real center, a body that you can use in the regular season to keep up, to keep the front court fresh every night. You know what I'm saying? The sell is workload management without saying load management or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So definitely would take that. So the first person we'd have to give up. Okay, we already know Gabe. I already explained Gabe. Gabe is not no big ask. We can just let him go. He's no big sacrifice. Dalton Connect, his potential is there, but right now we can't worry about potential. We already got people on the team who could do what he do. He can shoot the three. That's all he could do. And he could barely do that. He doesn't play any defense, really. So it's like, you can let him go. You know what I'm talking about? The price is heavier because the Suns are giving up 2 rotational solutions, so they would demand actual assets. Dalton Connect is the name that stings. He's only averaging 5.4 points a game. He's shooting 47% from the field. But, he's exactly the kind of cheap shooter that teams always, talk themselves into developing. The Suns would love to have him on the roster. You know what I'm saying? A guy like that, especially if they're bought into the fact that they could make him into a dangerous shooter. They already have a Gillespie over there, and then what's the other guy? Grayson Allen. So if they could get Dalton Connect over there, they can quickly turn into a deeper 3-point team. He can come off the bench and do what he does, however they need him. You know what I'm talking about? So if they'd be willing to take that, Dalton Connect could be the next guy we're giving up. Okay, Kleber, is mostly salary structure and front court insurance. You know what I'm saying? Just the extra guy to add in there. He's not doing anything. 2 points a game, 31% from the field. He's not doing anything at all. But the Suns wouldn't be trading for him to score anyway. They'd be trading for, his $11 million contract. You know what I'm saying? And stretch look that they can plug in when they want spacing, whatever the case may be. Because he can't shoot the three sometimes. Or at least, he can lull people into believing that he can. So we're not giving up anything, getting rid of him, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But this trade scenario hurts. But it also feels like the Lakers would be finally admitting something out loud. The current formula is too flimsy when the games get ugly. Yes. So because of that, trade scenario 2, I would definitely go for probably a little more so than trade scenario 1. Let me go back over so y'all can remind y'all what trade scenario 2 is looking like. Trade scenario 2 is Dillon Brooks and Nick Richards to us for Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, and then a 2032 and a 2032 first and second round pick. So I'm going to say it again. They get Gabe Vincent, Kleber, Dalton Connect, and the 2032 and the 2032 first round pick and the 2032 second round pick. That's what they would get in order for us to get Nick Richards and Dillon Brooks back. That's trade scenario number 2 in the Dillon Brooks trade. Trade scenario 3. This is the full villain trade. This is a blockbuster trade here. Well, at least from our vantage point, because we're getting something more than we're giving out. Once again, this right here is balls to the wall. Here it goes. Now, this is where Rui comes in at. Rui, they get Rui, Dalton Connect, and Adu Thero. I don't like this already because Adu Thero, I want to see what this kid, kind of develops into. He's a rookie. I want to see what he does. He's an athletic guy. Only thing is, what I'm saying, he's already injury prone thus far. I'm not going to really put that stigma on him, but thus far he's missed more than he's played, and it's much left to be desired. But Rui Hachimura, Dalton Connect, Edu Thiero for a 2031 first round pick and a 2032 second round pick. Now, if you want this version that will make fans argue for 3 days straight, this is the one. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So, from our perspective, we're basically choosing violence. We're basically saying, okay, not only are we adding Brooks, but we're getting Jordan Goodwin back. So for all of those that I said, we'd be getting Brooks and Jordan Goodwin back. Now, the reason why I don't like that is because they're pretty much Jordan Goodwin was a guard. Yes, I like him as a player. Never want to really give him up, but he's a guard. We need some sides. That's why I would go with trade scenario 2 personally, favored over trade scenario 3 and trade scenario 1. But just to give y'all perspective, so y'all can make y'all pick. We would definitely be getting back Jordan Goodwin. Right now, you know what I'm saying? He is a hard-nosed guard. He plays every possession and takes it personal. Right now, he's averaging 9 points a game. He's averaging 5 rebounds per game. He's putting up 2 assists per night. And even if the efficiency hasn't been pretty, you know what I'm saying? At 40% from the field, that's at least much to be desired. But that's not what you want from him. You don't want him shooting from the field or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's an exceptional 3-point shooter. He's okay. And then he can play defense. You know what I'm saying? But he just don't have the size. We if we're giving up Rui and Edu Thiero, we're trading sides. You know what I mean? I would be cool with trading sides if we get back a center in that mix. You understand what I'm talking about? So that's definitely what we would be doing. The Lakers have too many stretches where the intensity disappears, and Goodwin doesn't have an off switch. No, he doesn't. That nigga plays high octane every time he gets on the court. And for the Suns' return, it's about controlled value. Rui is the best player that they would get in this trade scenario. And he's producing, 13 points a game. He's shooting 52% from the field. That's a real wing scorer who could fit next to Devin Booker and Jalen Green without needing the ball every possession. Dalton Connect gives him a young shooter archetype. And Thiero is a developmental flyer. He's only averaging a point a game, but he's still a cheap upswing, and then when it comes to the picks, which is the part that makes the Suns even consider moving a guy who has become a cultural engine for them in Dillon Brooks, a 2031 first round distant pick. That's exactly why it has juice. Front offices love pick after the window. And then you add the 2032 second round pick in there. Suddenly the Suns can, sell it internally as a retool without calling it a step back. See what I'm saying? I could kind of agree with that because, what I'm saying, they would really be, they'll be buying into the future pretty much. You know what I'm talking about? But for the Lakers, we're definitely giving up a real scorer, in Rui Hachimura, plus a first round talent and Dalton Connect. But like I said, we're not really losing anything if we're getting Dillon Brooks back, who can score just as much as both of them put together. Okay, so yeah, that's that type of trade scenario that says we're done playing nice. Okay, so now that you heard the trade scenarios, let me go back over them so y'all can remember. Y'all can put in your 1s, 2s, or 3s. Okay, which trade scenario would you guys go with? Remember 1, 2, or 3. First trade scenario. Once again, we get Dillon Brooks, but we have to give up Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, and the 2031 first round pick. That's trade scenario number 1. Put a 1 in the chat if you want that. Put a 2 in the chat if you want Dillon Brooks and Nick Richards for Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, and then a 2032 first and second round pick. That's the one that I would go for because it offers sides, defense, rim protection, and scoring. Or would you go for trade scenario number 2? Number 3, Dillon Brooks and Jordan Goodwin for Rui, Dalton Connect, Edu Thiero, and a 2031 first round pick and a 2032 second round pick. What do y'all pick? Do y'all pick trade scenarios 1, 2, or 3. Me personally, I'm going for trade scenario number 2 for reasons I said. I said that we need a viable backup center who could possibly rim protect. We also need a 3-and-D guy who can start right now, especially in the place of Rui, because he's going to offer scoring, defensive abilities, all while in the starting lineup. We wouldn't have to wait to sit Rui down and bring up Vando or bring up Laravia or anything like that. We will already have that in the starting lineup, setting the tone, setting the pace for the game every single night. And when it's time for Aiden to sit down, we can bring up Richards. Now we got 3 centers. We got Aiden, Richards, and Jackson Hayes. We got 3 7-footers now. So what say y'all? Trade scenario 1, 2, or 3? Now, if you need me to repeat it, I'll go back over it. While y'all doing that, I'm going to read the comments. You know what I'm talking about? J. Lou Solid 100. Salute, bro. Thank you for showing up to the channel. If you're new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm talking about, he said, I don't think the Suns would trade with the Lakers. And probably not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. But then again, we never know. Did we think the Mavericks would trade with us? No, we didn't. So after the trade of the century went down between us and the Mavs, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. You know what I'm talking about? So us as content creators, our job is to create content. We're not saying that it's going to happen. This is just scenarios. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. It may or may not. It may not happen. But then again, I'm not going to throw the baby out the bathwater. You know what I'm talking about? Go James says, would you say this though, Cuzzo? Book about to make around $70 million. I think Jalen Green's getting paid something, but Brooks will want more than $20 million. That's why I think they will give it a look into trading him. And possibility, especially if he's having a pretty much an all-star type caliber year. You know what I'm talking about? We can go over his numbers in a minute, but that's a possibility. But right now, while he's don't seem to be really asking for money, but pretty much just want to impact the team's winning, hey, let's strike while the iron's hot. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? And Go James Cuzzo says a 1. Yeah, definitely. He picked trade scenario 1. So Cuzzo picked trade scenario 1, which is getting Dylan Brooks, but giving up Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, and a 2031 first-round pick. Cuzzo picked number 1. H. Davis picked number 2, just like his damn uncle picked number 2, for Dylan Brooks and Nick Richards. Remember, size and defense, and a rim protector. For Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, 2032 first-round pick, and a 2032 second-round pick. Now, that's the pick that I choose because, like I said, it gives us defense. It gives us more offense. It gives us a 3-and-D guy. You know what I'm talking about? It gives us a rim protecting center. You know what I'm saying? Give Nick Richards, Jackson Hayes minutes. Guess what? And that trade scenario doesn't even say anything about giving up Rui or Vando or Jackson Hayes for that matter. So now we got Dylan Brooks and Vando on the same team. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I'm taking number 2. Jay Lewis says, do the Suns want Max, Gabe, and Dalton? Probably not. But like I said, you never know. You never know. They may be interested in the first and second round pick, though. You just never know. It's just content. It's just something for us to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Something to just throw out there, you know. So you never know. Go James says, low key, I know it's a long shot, but give me that rookie over Nick Richards. Yeah. Well, for trade scenario number 2, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, 2032 first round pick and the 2032 second round pick. We wouldn't have to give up anybody else but those 3 guys in order to get Nick Richards. So we wouldn't be losing the rookie because we wouldn't be losing Adu Thiero. You know what I'm talking about? We wouldn't lose him at all. Go James said, I'm going to go with the second trade, but I'll add the option to add that rookie center they have instead of Nick Richards then. But either way, I'll do the trade for sure. Absolutely. I forgot what rookie center that they have over there, but they probably not giving up any rookies. Not right now. I don't think so. But Nick Richards is the only available scenario that I could come up with. That's why I put him out there. Definitely would take that. Go James says, I thought you said put a 1 if you needed to hear the trades again. Oh, no. No. I was saying I presented 3 trade scenarios up there. And if you want to hear those trade scenarios again, let me know. And then you can put a 1 for trade scenario 1, 2 for trade scenario 2, and a 3 for trade scenario 3, just in case you need to hear him again. Mr. 81 is here. Shout out to Mr. 81. Happy New Year's. He said, yo, you know what I'm talking about? He says, give me Ryan Dunn on Phoenix to go with Dylan Brooks. I don't know. Yeah, I would definitely take that too, but that's not a part of my scenario, so I don't know. It might work though. Trey All Day says number 2. Trey All Day once again went with Dylan Brooks, Nick Richards. We get a defensive wing and we get a backup viable center. That's the 2 things that the Lakers need. Those are our glaring needs that we need. You know what I'm talking about? Joe James says, remember, they were saying Brooks was about to be out of the league before he left the Grizzlies. He will want to get paid, but he's got that 1-and-1 left with this deal. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. I know trade talks is ramping up, and I've heard, I think through Bleacher Report, that that Rob Pelinka is aggressively trying to get this dude. So I don't know. Purple and Gold said, yes, scenario number 2 definitely works. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Go James says he's kind of on the Reeves type shit. Not paid much, but we get paid when the deal's up. LOL. You know what I'm saying? You would need him before the deal is up, not sure it's the Birds right thing. Absolutely. Yeah, so definitely. That's definitely. It looks like everybody's pretty much picking number 2. You know what I'm talking about? If we have to pick any of the 3 trade scenarios, definitely number 2. So that's all I wanted to present to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Trade talks are ramping up. It's getting close to, we're in January. February is a month away. We have one more month to the end of the trade deadline. And we need to make moves now. So if we're gonna go for this, trade scenario number 2, once again, we receive Dylan Brooks, Nick Richards. That covers 2 problems for us. It gets us a backup center who can actually block shots. You know, give him the minutes, see his productivity go up. And then we have Dylan Brooks, who can cover for Rui's scoring ability and Vando's defensive prowess. And all we would have to give up is Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, and a first round pick for 2032 and a second round pick for 2032. Giving up Gabe Vincent gives up nothing. Give up Maxi Kleber gives up nothing. We don't really care about Dalton Connect like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we ain't going to wait on him to develop or whatever the case may be. Whatever. But if it means to win now, we definitely want that 3-and-D guy. And right now, nobody's better than Brooks in this scenario. So definitely scenario number 2 works more than anything. So let's take a look at Brooks' numbers. You know what I'm saying? Just to put everything into further context. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Man, I'm having a problem. It's raining out here where I am. I'm having a problem with my internet server or whatever. Could somebody do me a favor and look up Dylan Brooks' numbers for this year, and then also look up Nick Richards' numbers for this year while I'm working on my computer on this side. So anybody that's listening in right now, if you're next to a computer or if you have access, could you look up Dylan Brooks' numbers, his points per game average, his rebound average, his assists, his steals, his blocks average, his 3-point shooting percentage, field goal shooting percentage, and his free throw shooting percentage. Could you guys look that up for me while I'm waiting to get back online? Anybody that's listening, could you look that up for me? And also, while you're doing that, look up Nick Richards' uh, stats for this year as well. Okay, all in. all in, all in, all is infinite. All is infinite. All is infinite. Welcome to the channel, bro. He said, "Nah, I don't think he's the missing piece for a championship. Not him, bro." Well, I mean, that's our opinion. This is mine. He is a 3-and-D guy. We needed 3-and-D guys. What we've been crying about all year. Now he's a starting caliber 3-and-D guy. Yes, we have 3-and-D people like Laravia. Guys. We have Laravia. But Laravia is not a starter. He starts when other people sit down. But Dylan Brooks can start at the 3-and-D. And as far as like a backup center who can actually rim protect, because it's not Aiden or Jackson Hayes, even though Aiden can get you some blocks or whatever, he's not known really as a rim protector, not really a defender like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think those two guys kind of, give us an edge, But this, like I said, we're just talking about Dylan Brooks, though. We're talking about Dylan Brooks and, the things that come with him. We're not talking about other players. You know what I'm saying? Like MPJ is a player that we talked about on my little brother's channel. We talked about that. But right now we're focusing in on Dylan Brooks. And I think that Dylan Brooks will do this team well, especially if he comes over with that same edge and energy that he's had with Houston and that he's had with Memphis. If he comes over with that same edge and energy, he would be a very dangerous addition to the Lakers. You know what I'm talking about? Go James says Brooks needs to say he wants to leave. I think he's easily and will still move because he's moved around a couple of times already. He's not an untouchable player by any means. Untouchable means superstar. Absolutely. Absolutely. And hell, and as of recent times, we know that even superstars sometimes ain't untouchable. Look at Luka. He was top 5. And he got traded in the middle of the goddamn season for somebody that he's statistically better than. Crazy. But hey, man, like I say, anything is possible this year. I put nothing past nothing. You know what I'm talking about? All his information says that Brooks averages 21, 22 points per game. Okay, cool. Cuzzo says Brooks is shooting. He's going 21 points per game, 46, 34, and 83. 3, 1, and 1. Okay, so that was a pretty decent. It could be better. You know what I'm talking about? I'm assuming the 46% is 46% from the field, and the 34% is 34% from the 3, and then the 83% is free throws. He's a pretty decent free throw shooter. And then the rebounds and assists and blocks is 3, 1, 1. You know what I'm talking about? Nick Smith is averaging 3 points a game, 3 rebounds. He's shooting 47% from the field, 67 from 3, I presume, and 0 from I presume. I don't know. But thank y'all for those averages. I just wanted to put everything into perspective and see what productivity will look like on this team. Now, I do believe Dylan Brooks is starting on the Lakers. I still believe he puts up his he might drop a point or two. He puts up 19 to 20 points a game, which is all we need him to do. But we need his defense more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he can score. That's great. But he's a balanced player. He can play defense and offense on par with each other. So definitely he could do that. He can run a shooting guard sometime. He can run a small forward. You know what I'm saying? He is a shooting guard / small forward. He's 6'7", 225 pounds. I'm talking about. So definitely would I would definitely take on Dylan Brooks for certain. For certain. You know what I'm saying? And how many minutes does he average? Does anybody know? Because whatever he averages over there with the Suns, I'm gonna assume he's gonna average about the same starting in our lineup if he was to start with us. So says here he's averaging 31 minutes a game. That's not bad. 31 minutes a game is not bad. Not bad at all. So yes, I wouldn't mind taking Dylan Brooks. I wouldn't mind getting Dylan Brooks. Like I said, he gives us that edge that we're lacking. I'm talking about. I would definitely take him. He gives us the edge we're lacking, and that's all we need. As far as Nick Richards is concerned, Nick Richards he's averaging. Nick Richards is he's only averaging 10 minutes a game, 9.6 minutes a game. He averaged off to 10 minutes a game. Yeah, he's shooting 68% from the field free throw. He's shooting 48% from the field goal. Like I said, in 9 minutes, he's only giving me 3 points, but his minutes are down. You know what I'm talking about? So you give him Jackson Hayes minutes. Now I'm gonna look up Jackson Hayes minutes. Now, if he's averaging 3 points in 10 minutes of action, let's look up what Jackson Hayes is doing, because Jackson Hayes right now is our second string. Jackson Hayes is our second string center. So if Jackson Hayes is our second string center, let's see how many minutes he's averaging stack up against that. Because if we bring in Nick Richards and he's more of a shot blocker than Jackson Hayes, then I'm definitely want him to start in the third position. Now, Jackson Hayes is averaging 17 minutes per game this year, and he's averaging 6 points per game. He's only averaging 0.6 blocks. I would definitely give him 17 minutes of action. Give Nick Smith 17 minutes of action. In 17 minutes, I believe he can get at least a full block, and he can be productive on points. You know what I'm saying? He got more weight than Jackson Hayes, for one. So, yeah, I would do that. I'll do that, y'all. Let me read and see what y'all saying. Guzzo said, yeah, that 47% is the field goal and 67% is free throw. Okay. All his information said, I'm not sure if it's accurate that his 3-point has improved now than last season. Yeah, probably not. You know what I'm talking about? And Go James says, and 3-1-1 is Brooks' assists, rebounds, and steals. Okay, cool. All his infinite said he's averaging 29 to 30 minutes a night. That's Dylan Brooks. And he says, will the roster be enough plus this guy Brooks to beat a team like the defending champ? Yes, I do believe that it can be, because we beat those guys last year, and they haven't really made any too big of changes this year. The Spurs already pretty much showed us the chink in OKC's armor, so they're not as invincible as people think they are. I do believe that a little physicality goes a long way with these guys, especially in the playoffs when the refs tend to swallow the whistle. They're not going to favor the whistle like Shea is being used to getting this year. If they play a more physical team, they kind of got lucky with who they played last year. You know what I'm saying? Broken down, team pretty much. So, but a team who could match up with them physically, they won't really stand much of a chance against. You know what I'm saying? If we hit them in the throat early, I do believe that in a 7-game series, the Lakers can beat the OKC Thunder. They are not as immortal as y'all think they are now. All right. So that's it. That's all I got for y'all. I just want to come up here, chop it up, and bend y'all ear for a minute and let y'all know this is what I'm thinking. Those are the 3 scenarios. I'm going with scenario number 2, Dylan Brooks and Nick Richards. For Gabe, Kleber, and who else I say? Was it? Damn, I forgot. Gabe, Kleber, and Connect. Yeah, I'll definitely get those guys up. You know what I'm talking about? And for everybody that's saying, oh man, him and LeBron are beefing, ladies and gentlemen, these are theatrics. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to business, business is business. You think LeBron wouldn't want an enforcer on the team like that next to Marcus Smart, and we don't have to give up Vando, and we don't have to give up Rui? We could save Rui for somebody down the line. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing trade scenario number 2. Thank y'all for showing up. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. Cuzzo says, we need the pesky defenders for them types of teams. Brooks will do all of that dirty work for us. Plus, you got Marcus Smart now. For playoff fluff, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. All right. That's it for Major Level Entertainment. Hit that like button and that subscribe button on your way out of chump. You know what I'm talking about? Go subscribe to Lakers in 5 right now. That's Lil Bro channel. Laker Girl 36, that's Lil Sis channel. Go subscribe to Lewis's channel. Lakers for Life 50. That's my damn nephew, Lewis channel. Lakers for Life 50. Right the hell nah. Once again, like, share, subscribe to Major Level Entertainment. Until the next time, y'all. Hopefully we do a show tomorrow because we get the W tonight. Again, over Memphis. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Everything I do is major. I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do, I'ma do it major. Everything I do is major. And I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do, I'ma do it major. Everything I do is major. And I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do, I'ma do it major. Everything I do is major. And I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do,